Division Committee special meeting of Wednesday, May 22nd. Can I have a roll call, please?
Chair Riley.
Here.
Vice Chair Sofolkanik, absent. Commissioner Andrade.
Here.
Commissioner Quilty.
Here.
Commissioner DeBolt, absent. Commissioner Gross.
Here.
And Commissioner Lowe, absent.
Thank you. That takes us to discussion item 3A, appoint 2 planning commissioners to serve on a utility projects ad hoc subcommittee. Staff report?
Yeah, Mr. Chair, commission members, as you all are probably aware, there's been a fairly substantial utility project occurring in Apartment Row. Golden State Water has been in the process of replacing a number of water mains, and that project has resulted in them relocating water mains that were historically in the alleys and putting them out into the fronting streets. That project has been ongoing for quite a while. It started in early November. There's definitely been some challenges with it. Some of that was weather related. There were other challenges that I won't elaborate upon, but it has been a project that's gotten has really taxed our residents in a variety of ways, and that's only the first phase of the work. So that work, first phase, recently wrapped up, or has essentially wrapped up. That means all of the main lines have been relocated. They've gone back in and done all of the repair work, paving of the streets, restriping, which was just completed this week. And now they're preparing for phase 2. The phase 2 aspect is connecting the new water mains, again, that have been relocated or will be relocated from the alley out to the fronting street. The challenge comes with the connection of that new water main and that service connection to the residences that exist there. There's a number of questions and concerns that have been raised over the last few months. This item was discussed at the council meeting this last Monday evening. And I want to mention too, in addition to this specific project, staff has been basically assessing and evaluating our process and our role working with our various utility companies. Historically, it's really been kind of a hands-off, let the utility company do the work. We obviously issue encroachment permits for work that is conducted within our rights-of-way. But we have felt that due to a number of matters that have come up over the last few years, this being one of them with the current Golden State Water project, we are in the process of creating some protocol procedures that we will consistently impose upon and expect compliance with the various utility companies as they do future work in our community. A lot of times the community doesn't see the utility companies doing the work. They think it's the city doing the work. And so it could be a gas line repair, it could be a power pole being replaced, and all too often we are the ones that are contacted. And we understand that, and we embrace that role, we embrace that opportunity. And that's why we think it's important going forward to have a little bit of a different set of procedures in place in our coordinated efforts with the various utility companies. We just mentioned one project coming up that's going to be a really good example of why there needs to be a good mutual understanding and relationship with utility company going forward. So as a result of that effort, as well as what's happening or has happened out with the Golden State Water Apartment Row project, the City Council established an ad hoc subcommittee Monday evening, and they have assigned or selected 2 council members, Mayor Kusamoto and Councilmember Gross, to serve on that subcommittee, but they also opened it up and asked for 2 planning commissioners to participate as well. So we asked for the special meeting because we didn't want to push this out until the June meeting, and we thought since we had you here, now would be a great time to be able to hopefully see which one of you would like to serve on this committee. With that being said, I wanted to mention to you that I did speak briefly with Commissioner DeBolt, and he did express his interest in participating on this committee. And with that, I'll leave it with you, Mr. Chair, to make that, for you all to discuss and make that decision.
Okay, is there, so?
I'd like to,
Yeah,
bring up
I was gonna say,
Commissioner DeBolt. I think he'd be great.
is there anyone else that would like to volunteer?
Well, maybe Commissioner Riley.
Commissioner Riley. I'm probably a little busy to support. something
Maybe
like that.
then-
Do we know
Would you like
what the
to, or-
workload's gonna be on this? What
Do you want-
kind of meetings,
Then maybe
Uh,
Gary.
frequency?
My hope is that within 2 to 3 meetings, we could work through this, but I honestly, it really is going to be dependent upon the subcommittee's engagement and dialogue. But at this point in time, I'm not envisioning more than 2 or 3 meetings. It really is to focus in on this phase 2 work and working through some questions and finding answers and resolution to those items. And then secondarily to engage with staff over setting up some protocol and procedures for future matters.
What about, would you like to be on, Larry?
I just am concerned about time constraints with stuff going on. I've got a lot going on, so it's difficult to commit to the time.
What about Victor?
Victor might be, I don't know.
He's semi-retired, isn't he? Or
Well,
retired?
kind of working. And I don't know about Gary Lowe.
Yeah, I mean, what happens if we appoint someone who cannot support it?
You might want to do an alternate just in case they can't, so.
We can do that. Why don't we do an alternate? And if have to be, I can serve then as an alternate where I'd rather not because my husband's on this committee. But we could do it that way and see. That way at least we have Gary Lowe maybe and DeBolt. And if need be, I can be an alternate.
Okay, do we think Gary or Victor?
Or Victor, either one of them, which one's?
I mean, I really
may-
don't-
Probably go Victor.
I would think Victor
Yeah.
might have more time.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
So I'll
This is
agree
how it
with it
happens
that
when
way.
you don't show up at a meeting.
yeah.
Yes.
I've been
Lesson
here before. I
learned.
come back and they're like, "Hey, you're the chair," and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Surprise.
So yeah, and knowing that Art is interested
Mm-hmm.
is a good thing. I think he's a good,
Well, he'd be
Yeah.
a great resource anyway. He knows that area very well.
yeah.
And he's got the history that he knows the area.
So let's go with Art and Victor with Commissioner
Amazing.
Gross as
As an alternate
as an
need be.
alternate. Should Victor not be able to support it? Do we need to make a motion?
I'll make a motion
Formality.
to accept Commissioner DeBolt and Commissioner Lowe and,
You're also-
I'm sorry, Commissioner Solficanic, on the committee with a alternate of myself.
I'll second.
Right, I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Motion carried.
Thank you.
And that's it. Meeting adjourned.